Smooth 98.1. Your love music, love life, love sports station as well. It is a rainy one, 16 minutes past 8 a.m., the third day of November 2025. This is the first locker room of the week. Sorry, of the month as well, and of the week at the same time. Yes, we're saying the same thing. Anyways, my name is Ayokunmi Kekireko. How are you all doing today? It's been a great weekend of sports, and really and truly, we're going to dive into a number of very interesting things from over the weekend and just try to make some sense of everything going on. Believe me. Joining me this morning to take a look at the sporting stories and, of course, give her analysis and share the banter around because banter is something that we love to share in the locker room. The one, the only, Tega Supreme. Tega, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody else but Ayokunmi and Mr. C. I put it
Uh-uh.
down so that my voice will be low. You now want me to shout me
Yes,
shout.
yes. Let
Let me shout.
let people
Good
hear
morning
you.
to everybody else apart from both of them.
What did I do to
Why are
you?
you accusing my gender? What did we do that you have not done before? Okuri, you too. Okuri.
Obìnrin.
Okuri.
Hey.
Anyways,
Okay.
moving back to sports. Just be harassing women every morning. What did we do? We just arrested two people. You people are ruling countries from France. Don't come and talk to us anyhow. Right. On that note, we go back to sports, okay? Leaving all the election wahala in Tanzania and Cameroon, let's move back to what happened in China. So sorry, if I say China, in France,
Yeah.
actually,
Paris.
Paris to be precise, where Yannick Sinner dominated once again, and he's back to number one.
Mm.
Carlos Alcaraz doesn't want number one. He just wants to be beating Yannick Sinner in important tournaments. All right. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the women's the WTA finals holding in Saudi Arabia and how clean everything is. Why can't Saudi Arabia employ me? Anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll also now come back to Europe, where we'll talk about some fools club that they thought they were flying high. They clipped their wings.
Uh-uh.
Did they not clip your
A
wings?
blip, a blip on the road.
He blip on which road?
A blip on the road.
You are going back to 15th. I've prayed for you.
You pray to go. Hey, my hands are going up, oh, never down, going up.
All right. So we'll talk about what happened in England over the weekend. We'll also talk about what happened in
Syria.
Syria. Yeah, that's important because there's just 1 point between all of them. I wanted us to touch a little bit on some people's Asun, or I don't know, is it Asun or Ewu, whichever one it is, because they dropped the ball, so they're now level in the MLS playoff series.
Hmm.
So they lost their match by 2 goals to 1. Their Asun scored a goal, but it
It
wasn't
wasn't
enough.
enough.
So there's going to be a third game to determine the tie, and that will determine whether some people's goals go for that or they end their matter there. So I was going to talk about that, but in the scheme of things, with the Champions League that is happening tomorrow,
Ah, yes.
it will not be possible. But we'll touch on as many stories as we can. However, before we do any touching on any stories, I just want to hear your thoughts from you. And Ayokumi will give us the numbers where we can share our thoughts.
Yes, I need to give you the numbers 0911 So you can send your messages on the stories and to tell Tega to buy me as soon because she has put as soon in my mind right now. Just think as soon as I am in the studio. Anyway, send your messages there. Also join us on YouTube. You can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. All right, let's begin in Paris, where Yannick Sinner, as Tega mentioned, won the Paris Masters for the first time by beating Felix Auger-Aliassime 6-4, 7-6 on Sunday as the four-time Grand Slam champion reclaimed his position atop the world rankings.
Yes, so remember, Carlos Alcaraz lost his very first match in this tournament, and he was knocked out by Cam Norrie in 3 sets. And so his stand on that number one position was already wobbly. Now, however, this is just a temporary topping. Again, the way they calculate these points, sometimes I don't even know what they're calculating. But this is temporary till the ATP final starts, and then
Okay.
he will go back to number two. For some weird reason, I don't understand this. I thought I did, but it changes every minute on me. But the important thing is that Yannick Sinner was so dominant. He was so dominant. There was nobody on tour that could beat him. I think the minute Carlos Alcaraz lost, everybody was just like,
It's Yannick. It's
There,
Yannick.
it's such a horrible thing. And I'm looking at all of them. Please, can't people grow his spine? It's Yannick Sinner. Beat him. Do something. The one that upsets me the most is Sasha Zverev. He lost 6-love, 6-1. Why did you come to the tournament? Just next time you see your name against Yannick Sinner, just walk over. Because
No, no, he has
look,
to. He
the
has to get on
beating
court
has been cemented. Is guaranteed.
even before the
Even
match.
before the match, once you see Yannick Sinner versus Sasha Zverev, we know who will win it. The question is, how badly will he be beaten? The answer on Saturday night was 6-love, 6-1. He shouldn't play him ever again. All right. So, but what it is that there are only two guys on tour right now that are playing blinding tennis. One of them, he has mood swings. Carlos
It
Alcaraz.
depends on
So
how it depends on how he wakes up.
so he can, but most in general, he's on point. So we are looking forward to seeing both of them at the ATP finals. That's the only way we can enjoy it for now.
What is going on the men's side? Those two guys don't. Anyways, let's go to the wild, wild west and talk about the women because anything can go there. Arina Sabalenka kicked off her quest for a maiden WTA finals title by blasting 11 aces on her way to a 6-3, 6-1, 6-1 victory over Jasmine Paolini in Riyadh on Sunday.
She had to, especially in the first set. Even if the score line looked easy, 6-3, it wasn't anything. It was anything but. Paulini, because Paulini likes to run like a rabbit, she makes you run like a rabbit. And Sabalenka does not like to move that much. She doesn't mind moving when she needs to, but to move at any whim and any shot, she hates it. So Paulini really frustrated her, but ultimately, big players step up in big moments, and she
Right.
played all the big moments very well. And that was how she was able to win. The second set was pretty easy. I think Paulini has done too much this season because, mind you, she's playing doubles and singles
Hmm.
in almost every tournament.
Is there a reason for that?
So she started the doubles to improve her game, like most people do, so that they can get good court coverage, be able to
Okay.
play well at the
Okay.
net, play well from the baseline. But she's enjoying it a little bit too much because she chose a perfect partner in Sarai Rani, and they're winning. They won the Roland Garros. They won a Grand Slam. They're in the final eight. They didn't even qualify last minute. They qualified before other double specialists to be in the final eight. And so they're good at it. So she's enjoying it, but you're burning the candles at both ends.
Hmm.
Something is going to suffer. The day before she played this match, her group was resting. She was playing the doubles. And then she comes back to play Arina Sabalenka. And on her day, the day her group is off, she's playing doubles. So where is her recovery time? So
Right.
I think she just kind of ran out of steam after the very first set. So it's a tough one. I don't know how she's going to do it. Um, but yeah, it was always going to happen. I remember this is end of season. They've played since December till now. It's a tough one to ask them to keep going.
A tough one. Really, Paulini. Stay in one place.
Just stay in one place.
Stay in one
Yeah, just be
place.
like Coco used to do that with Jessica Pegula. By the way, Jessica Pegula beat Coco, who is defending champion at this tournament
Ah,
yesterday. And they both used to be doubles partner. But after a while, they're just like, you know what? Let's just focus on our singles. And that's what they've done most of this year. And it works out for them. So Paulini has to look for how she's going to sort that out.
yes, indeed. Well, talking about teams sorting things out, let's head over to the world of football and we're heading to La Liga, where Lamine Yamal and Marcus Rashford struck for Barcelona as they earned a 3-1 win over Elche in La Liga on Sunday to bounce back from last weekend's El Clasico defeat.
Now that you've come to this story, it reminds me. So I think myself and Lamine Yamal have the same injury. I have a professional injury with a Ballon d'Or nominee. Don't talk to me anyhow. So on Saturday, when I got to the place and I saw all my people in pink, I didn't run though. I can tell you for free. They were jogging and then they were dancing. Well, the younger people were dancing all through to the finish line.
Okay.
I was walking. I'm elderly. I don't do that. But I think I aggravated my injury because halfway through I started to leap to the finish line. So it was
Ouch.
it was a tough one. But yeah, speaking of Lamine Yamal, we've heard that injury might take a long time. It's not. it's not a quick fix for his injury. So his
Okay.
pace will be affected. They have to manage his time and all of that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But they didn't have to manage his time on Saturday because he got in the right position, scored the first goal. I guess we should all break up with our girlfriends because we hear he broke up with his girlfriend and suddenly he's scoring. So no distractions. Focus on your focus. He scored the first goal. Was an easy game pretty much, but Real Madrid had already done the damage the day before
Mm,
by extending the lead at the top to 7 points, 8 points to Barcelona. So Barcelona had now cut it down to 5 points. It's
right.
still Real Madrid on 30 and Barcelona on 25. That gap is still there. And I guess over the season, they're going to have to find a way to get the points because the way Real Madrid are playing and the way Mbappe is scoring doesn't look like they're going to drop points anyhow and anytime soon.
They're not in any mood
They are not in
whatsoever.
any mood whatsoever. When even if the football is not brilliant, the result for Real Madrid usually comes out brilliantly. Barcelona is still struggling to get results here and there. You can tell that because of their injury problems and all. They're stuttering a little bit. But for Real Madrid, they're not playing pretty. They're winning. They're playing pretty. They're winning. It just looks like a good day all over for all of them.
A good day all over for all of them. Well, talking about Lamine Yamal and no distractions. This boy with how he's on social media.
But I mean, think about it. According to the story, I wasn't there. I haven't confirmed. But you know, he decided that she was a distraction and he broke up with her. They didn't quarrel. That's what both of them said.
Until the next distraction.
He has decided that no girls for now.
For, for now, could be like a few days. Let me put it out there.
He's a teenager.
Anyways, let's talk Chelsea and their manager Enzo Maresca. Now, he said he never lost faith in striker Yao Pedro after the Brazilian ended an 8-game barren run by scoring the winner in the Blues 1-0 win at London rivals Tottenham in the Premier League on Saturday.
Easy to say now that the guy has scored. You know, once somebody scores, say, I always believed in you. If he did, to say, I knew there was something wrong with you. But we had rumors that he's struggling with an injury. Again, there's some injuries that I don't understand, so I don't like to talk too much about. But if he's struggling with an injury that is limiting his activity outside match days, then what is the solution? Does he need a surgery? Because sometimes people like to prolong surgery that they can do immediately and
Yeah.
heal from. So we don't know the case, but 8 matches without scoring a goal, he comes back and he scores an all-important goal in one of the most drab London derbies I've seen in a while. But hey, Tottenham is the one club that Chelsea can beat. In fact, according to stats, Chelsea has had more points against Tottenham than any other team in the Premier League.
Okay, so Chelsea and Tottenham is like Sinner and Zverev. That's
Now,
the
you're getting
that's
it.
the analogy.
So it's like 3 points on the board. So it was always going to be a lot of questionable decisions, but ultimately Chelsea came out the winner, and that's what's important.
Most important thing, 3 points for Yao Pedro. I took him out of my FPL team. He scored. God save you that I had good points this weekend. If not, anyways, let's take a breather. When we come back in, we'll continue talking football. We'll head to the German Bundesliga, where Bayern, even though under strength, they still passed Bayern Leverkusen. We'll see you all on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Don't mind these FPL people. The day you come out them, that's the day they will not play well. Sorry, you should have.
No, I was even lucky because my front two, Haaland and Mateta, they delivered.
Once
So
you have
I was
Haaland,
okay.
yeah, okay.
I was okay.
Once you have Haaland.
People are betting against Haaland. I'm like, okay. Because he didn't score last week. Yeah, that was it.
No. The thing I will not do for Haaland, if I have him, is to remove him.
To buy him now, Haaland is like 14.8
Yes,
million.
now.
So to buy him now is a
So
problem.
if I have him already,
just keep him.
just stay there.
If he's off form, no, don't worry. Bench him. Don't sell him. Because to buy him back,
Because the guy they score. What are you saying?
97 goals in 107 games or something.
They are still talking
Or
fast.
thereabouts.
How many matches have we played this year? He's already on 12 of 13 goals. What are you saying? Please.
No, I'm talking about in the league.
No,
Premier League
Premier
goals.
no. I'm talking about just
No,
this
just this
season.
season.
He's already scored more matches than the games they've played. Leave the boy. Leave the boy. And it's Pep Guardiola that is doing it. If not, he may have gotten a hat trick yesterday. Just leave the boy. That's what he knows how to do. I don't think anybody at this point should be questioning or arguing. He's fantastic like that.
And it's going to be very scary if he eventually evolves his game to go beyond, oh, I'm just scoring the
He's not
goals.
evolving, and I can tell you why. It already works. You know, he could have evolved his game younger. He cannot evolve it now. You know, Hurricane had to do that, I think,
Under Mourinho.
and
he
because
was
he
dropping
was
back.
because Tottenham were struggling.
Yeah, he used
He
to
So
drop
doesn't.
back.
he'll be coming deep to get the ball and playmaking
You will not
with
see
Son and all
Haaland there.
that.
Haaland doesn't do that kind of.
You don't have time for all that one.
And
Yep.
nobody got time for that. It's Hurricane that is doing captain.
Lewandowski also did it. Lewandowski did it at some
That's
point.
good. Mad. You're right. Haaland cannot try it.
You haven't
Never.
spoken on any of our stories yet, too. This man.
So can I be on?
Oh, sure.
Maybe this Bayern story. Sha.
No, we're going to do Champions League with this Bayern story. Let's
Okay,
come back.
okay. All right, studio. Welcome back into the locker room. It's a Monday morning here on Smooth 98.1. You love music, love live station. This is where we get to talk about the sporting action from over the weekend. My name is Ayokunmi Kekiriok. Welcome. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you are definitely in the right place. Believe me. Tega Supreme is also in the studio. We are doing supreme justice to what's going on in the sporting news. You can join us on WhatsApp and on YouTube. The WhatsApp number is 0911-999-0981. 0911-999-0981. Join us on YouTube as well. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Speaking about YouTube, there's a comment from Pedro Paya who says, I sell Pedro and he scores. Also sold Yokeres and he scored as well. Yeah, I bounced Yokeres as well.
And he's gone.
Good thing is Welbeck and Mateta, whom I replaced with, scored. You guys should drop league. Let me try myself against you. At this point in the season, are you on 600 points? Yes, Padre. If you're not on 600 points, you can't talk to me. Let's be clear about that.
Okay.
Anyways, keep
Let's
the
go.
comments coming
Keep
in.
the comments coming in. Let's just go straight to the next story because I think we're running out of time.
Yes, Bayern Munich. They cruised to a 3-0 home win over Bayer Leverkusen on Saturday, despite benching Hurricane and several others ahead of Tuesday's trip to European champions PSG.
Yes, so we have to remember they're playing tomorrow. That's one of the big matches tomorrow. Well, the other one cannot be considered a big match anymore. It's Liverpool versus Real Madrid. We know how that goes. We're next in and 7. We'll come back to that. But first of all, let's focus on the focus. Without the big names, I think there was the injury crisis, and there's also rotation to rest players due to the struggles of the season. Nicholas Jackson scored. It's all I can tell Chelsea fans. At least he scores once in a while.
Well,
No guarantee that he's going to stay back at Bayern Munich because he's not. You know, there's how you do that. You can tell that there's a chance he will stay back.
Yeah.
Like when Anthony was doing what he did. By the way, he scored 2 goals again yesterday and had an assist. When he was doing what he did at Real Betis, you could tell that they wanted to keep him. The way Marcus Rashford is going, if he keeps going like that, scoring some goals, they may want to keep him because they don't have money to even trade. But the way Nicholas Jackson is going, he'll be back by Christmas, don't worry. All right. But the big one is the match tomorrow against PSG. Now, as great as you think the Bayern Munich is, and as great as you think that Bison Company has done, you put that form and those results against a PSG side. PSG struggles in the Ligue 1 for some strange reasons. They won their game against Nice by 1-0. It was a struggle to get the ball in the back of the net. But when they come to Champions League, it's the way they just tear teams apart.
A whole different team.
It's a completely different team in the Champions League. There must be a reason for that. They're not playing with people that they play with every weekend.
Right.
So people that know them very well. So it's a little different. So you look at the Bayern Munich team, as much as they're playing brilliantly, but they are very expansive. So there's space for PSG to run at Bayern Munich. Injury to Dewey may be a problem, but with the team that PSG put out, week in, week out, that Bayern Munich defense may give in a few goals. What I'll say is, if you're neutral, that's the game you should be watching. PSG taking on Bayern Munich, but I want to see both of them come against each other. I don't know that PSG can stop Bayern from scoring.
Right.
What I want to know is how many goals will Bayern put in the back of the net and put Vice Company back on probation. Because right now he's enjoying too much, just a bit too much.
It's not a bad thing enjoying so much. I mean, let the man enjoy his life now.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, let's step back into the Premier League for now and talk about a certain Erling Haaland. He scored twice to propel Man City to second in the Premier League with a 3-1 win over Bournemouth on Sunday.
I wanted to talk more about this one, but brilliant one. The question I wanted to ask is a hat trick important? Because
It is.
I saw a stat that Erling Haaland, Pep Guardiola has taken Erling Haaland off after he's had goals for the 15th time.
Wait, after scoring a brace.
Yes. For the 15th time. So I saw Erling Haaland talk to Pep Guardiola at the end of the match where Pep Guardiola was hugging him and he looked like he was complaining about something. But he was happy, but you know that happy complaint. Was he probably complaining that you're always taking me off and you don't want me to score hat trick?
It's possible.
It's possible. All right. So is a hat trick important? I think so. But I wanted to talk about this story, but we're going to give our intern the opportunity to talk about it. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Joshua, let's get your thoughts in. Is a hat trick actually important? And do you think that Pep Guardiola sometimes just lets him get his third goal before taking him off?
A hat trick is not really important. And we have seen it.
Wow.
Except if the player is looking for getting the top scorer in the league. That is when you could say it's important, but team play comes first. That is it. It should be the first thing.
All right, so let's talk about the match. Man City against Bournemouth.
The interesting part about this match is Ryan Cherki giving the 2 assists.
Right,
He just came back from injury and he gave 2 assists. And his performance in that match was absolutely fantastic.
And it's interesting
everywhere.
because Bournemouth defensively have been kind of resolute this season, but they couldn't do anything against City.
I think it's arrogance. You know, Bournemouth is sitting second on the table. They have been, if you watch where they've been playing, despite the fact that they've lost some key players, they've still been able to counter attack teams.
True.
And if you watch from the start of the game, I think it was in the 4th minute. Was it up to the 4th minute or in the 1st minute that they put the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside?
Yeah.
And so maybe in their minds they thought, oh, we can match Man City play for play. I think that was it, because they weren't closing spaces. They were just looking to hit Manchester City on the counter. And when you're looking forward, sometimes you forget that your backside is exposed. And that's what happened. So look at the first goal that Erling Haaland got, the header from Cherki. Erling Haaland collected that ball from almost the halfway line. But you knew when he collected that ball that it was a goal. Again, and then the second goal that Erling Haaland scored, it was almost the same thing. They were on the attack, they lost the ball, Manchester City took the ball and went to score. So it was every time they were looking to hit Manchester City that they were hit instead. I think they got carried away by their position on the table. They're like, we're a good team, we can win this people. And then they got burnt. So if they had just stuck to being a little more humble and compact, different results.
Okay, well, Tega, before we leave this particular story, talking about City and Holland specifically, and I think I'll bring Joshua in on this one. He scored 13 Premier League goals already. I think the next best on that list of City players would be like 2 or 3 goals. What happens if Holland is injured out of the team? What happens then?
Pep Guardiola will cry. It's clearly a Holland team for now. I think there are other scorers on the team. The third goal came from somewhere else, and O'Reilly, for me, one of the most brilliant youngsters coming through. I think they can get goals from other people, but it's just right now, Holland is a guy in form. So if he gets injured, it will not be impossible for them to win. It just be a struggle.
All right. It will just be a struggle. What do you guys think? 0911 999 0981. Get his thoughts coming in. Let's talk Liverpool. Yes, they ended a 4-game losing streak in the Premier League as Mohamed Salah scored his 250th goal for the club in a 2-0 win over Aston Villa.
And he didn't even celebrate. He was just like, again. But I said this thing about Mohamed Salah. It can be a bad day and he will still find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. 250 goals is a lot of goals that he's scored, and it was important in this one, especially against Aston Villa. Because me, I thought they were dead and buried in this particular match when I saw the matchups. But they came at this game brilliantly. They actually pressed Aston Villa. They dominated possession. They did what they needed to do. They had one or two scare moments where Aston Villa could have put the ball in the back of the net, but they managed to win.
Hmm.
The important thing is that they got this win right in time for a big game. Now,
Yes.
Liverpool versus Real Madrid is tomorrow. And usually in the Champions League, it's a very interesting game considering from the minute they had that final where Sergio Ramos almost took out his hand. It's been an interesting one.
Yeah.
They come up against each other and they try to put their best foot forward. But if you're looking at both teams on paper, the Real Madrid you see with explosive players, especially with Jude Bellingham coming back and fighting for a spot, because he came into the team and decided, people are not benching me again. And that's why he's playing like he's playing. And so they're getting goals from everywhere. They're ripping teams apart. And you look at the Liverpool defense, it's a little shaky. Sometimes Van Dijk is twerking. Sometimes Konate is out surfing. So you look at that defense and you think, how can these people stop the marauding attack of Real Madrid?
Right.
It's
right,
going to
right.
be a tough one. On paper, if you ask me, this looks like a beatdown, but this is football, and anything can happen.
And at the same time, it's an Anfield, so
Yes, anything.
Anfield spirit too.
That's what we always say.
Okay, let's jump into Serie A, where AC Milan claimed a crucial 1-0 home win over AS Roma on Sunday with Pavlovic's goal and Mike Magnon's late penalty save, tightening the battle at the top of the Serie A.
Yeah, Roma with their one of the stingiest defense. In fact, they have the best defense in the Italian Serie A this season. They were sitting second on the table, and with Napoli drawing against Como, they had the opportunity to win this match and go ahead. Unfortunately, they met AC Milan. Remember what I said about AC Milan? AC Milan can struggle against Sassuolo, Cagliari. Once they see Roma, Juventus, any of those named teams,
That's when they wake up.
They wake up and they start playing brilliantly. Now, AC Milan should have scored a lot of goals. Rafaelia wasted a few chances. Fofana wasted a few chances. Yes, they're missing one or two players like Pulisic, but ultimately they had enough people on the pitch and they created the chances to score those goals. Unfortunately, they couldn't, but they got the one goal that mattered, and that has tightened the lead at the top. So it's Napoli on 22 points. I think Inter Milan on 21. Uh, in fact, the next three teams are on 21 points because Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Roma are on 21 points. So very, very tough standing. Yeah, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Roma on 21 points. Really tough in the Scudetto race. Let's see how it pans out.
The pressure is getting worse.
It's getting worse. All right, let's take those messages.
All right, this is Ayo from Festac who says MLS, in brackets, more or less soccer, should reconsider their best of three American playoffs. I think the global home and away aggregate format is more understandable. That's how Inter Miami crashed out last year. This again, it is about to repeat itself.
True. I think they should consider home and away.
You know that in the US, everything must be different. They must do everything differently. Felix from Mende in Maryland says, good morning, Mr. Ayokunmi and Madam Tega. I'm really enjoying your program. Thank you very much. And thank you, as I can now reach your station online. Of course, Felix, you spoke and we listened. He says, I hope Real Madrid can do the needful against Liverpool tomorrow. Don't add a royal to Liverpool's name. There's no royal about that, please. Tayo says, Dr. Tega Supreme, you're young at heart. I agree with that. Don't forget, what a man can do, a woman can do better. I also agree with that. I said it, Amram is showing fans something they're not used to. Your club wants to enter top 4, okay? Stop rough play. You've forgotten your history, Tayo. He then says, Rashidi and Lamin Lawal both think they're doing the business. Lawal's access to internet needs to be limited. Tottenham for Chelsea is 3-point lane. Ouch. Pep is limiting Holland's success. There's nothing you can tell me. PSG versus Real Madrid, former director of football, Mbappe visiting his old office. Pray for Liverpool. They won yesterday now. Hat-trick isn't important here. I'm coming to the studio right now.
Tayo, becoming. We're waiting for you. All right, let's take some messages from YouTube.
YouTube. Okay, this is LK Adorogba who says, even if Chelsea is dead and buried, White Hart Lane is always 3 points lane. It's now Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. White Hart Lane is old school now. Okay. Such a dominant performance by the boys. So, Tega, who's the better DMF, Rice or Caicedo?
You know, I've had this argument, but I still think Rice, even if he doesn't play that role as often, I think that's what the difference is. The way that Arsenal plays and Mikel Arteta uses his players is quite different. So at West Ham, you saw a different Rice. At Arsenal, you're seeing a different Rice. So please, let's not compare.
And this is from Solomon, who says, "I wasn't around when Tega analyzed the Arsenal game." Well, we didn't analyze the Arsenal game. I hope she had it tough, always talking about shot on target instead of the games. But we didn't talk about Arsenal today. I mean, they weren't that important for us to put on the agenda. Coming for you, yes. and this is this AYA or something? Oh, compliment for you. Nice LBD. Tega.
It's a blue dress, actually.
Is it?
You don't have eye before. You don't have eye.
You can't talk. You cannot talk to me about eye, Tega. You cannot.
Oga, I wore your glasses. I couldn't. I was seeing prisms.
And why did you wear my glasses? Why did you wear my glasses?
That's not the issue.
Okay.
On that note,
Take us
I
home,
want
please.
to thank you all for sending in your messages to Smooth 98.1 FM. Thank you for streaming on YouTube, and thank you for all the compliments. I'm not talking to you. Also, want to also thank our intern Joshua. He's here, and he'll be joining us for 1 or 2 stories every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we come your way again on Wednesday, where hopefully there'll be big results in the Champions League. Remember, Liverpool versus Real Madrid, PSG versus Bayern. Those are the matches to look out for. So we'll come your way again on Wednesday. Have a fantastic week.
Have a fantastic week, Tega. Thank you so very much. And definitely, it's going to be an amazing one. Thank you all very much for all the messages and the interactions as well. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1, 9 o'clock conversation, big conversation on Lagos Talks. Mrs. will be joining me to analyze some major issues. Don't go anywhere. My name is Ayokunmi Kekiriako. Stay with us.
Don't talk about my president, too. My Tanzanian president. People just hate when women are succeeding.